Hello, my friends, and welcome to the nest. This is Kate, and indeed, it is the Kate that had decided not to make a video tonight. But, like always, I love to say, what's stopping you, Kate? And I couldn't come up with many answers because, number one, the house is empty. Number two, dinner is done. Number three, I've got some stitching to do. And number four, I've got some treasures. So that all totally stacked up against the fact that I just thought I'll just do it. So I hope it's okay. I've turned on the camera and here I go. It's not going to be a thrilling stitch, but I am nearly at the end of the Betty. I will do a full reveal, and I've hesitated to do this tonight, but I think I can show you without revealing all. And sitting on the center, that has actually reminded me of the Betty as I came, I'm tidying up across this book that my grandparents wrote to me, or dedicated to me. Is that, I don't know, 95 cents? And these are my mum's parents, so my grandparents, and I came across this book that I have kept. And isn't it funny? I keep now having all these returns to my memories of growing up, and this was my favorite book. And look what's in it. Joy. The winter's nearly gone, and soon will spring come dancing on. I'm not going to spout a lot of poetry, but suddenly I thought I was meant to come across this book as I'm doing Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, as I'm starting to embroider more realistically. I'm embracing the green. There's our cherries. Like, I loved and adored this book, and it popped up today in purple. I won't say that I don't like purple, but I don't use it often. So that was significant and almost a reminder to me. I've come across this, I'm not sure whether I got this from Zoe or from Beck, but I came across this beautiful blue. I've got this beautiful bluebird that my mum sent to me to use, and I'm going to use it here. And I have been reflecting on treasures and the notion of we're bowerbirds. And I got these incredible treasures from Chelsea One Sock that I've spoken about, and I took them out to the green door and showed everyone and said I will treasure them and not use them, and that is true for the collars and some of them. But this piece I have not been able to stop just adoring. It's knitted, and I think I've shared with you before that my mum says if she could keep doing one thing, it would be to knit. And so therefore I am going to use this piece of Chelsea's collection, and she's a young mum herself. And I'm going to stitch it here on the Betty quilt. So if you're here to learn about embroidery, there's nothing new about this, but it is these final touches of love that are going on here. And I suppose it gives me the opportunity to speak less about technique, and let's face it, Kate's got very little technique, but such a love of people and sharing and making and colour, etc. So it gives me more opportunity to say, how are you going? I can't believe that it's the middle of the week already. Honestly, does time speed up for you when you get to this time of the year? Because it certainly feels like it for me. So you may note this fabric behind, and it's got some holes because I made a mistake. Well, I didn't make a mistake. My vision for backing this quilt was to use a sheet, and this pattern was, well, it was a sheet that I found in an op shop, and Mum used to make all our beds based on this sheet pattern. And I thought that would be perfect to back and bind, but I've learned a big lesson, and I hope to share this with you. We talk about using sheets, but this one is particularly dense, and in the end I couldn't live with stitching it with holes in it, so I have covered it over as a backing, and I've kept it though as a binding. So still a lot of bits and pieces to do, but I feel that adding these gorgeous bits of lace and interest takes away from the bare look, further embellishes it, and that's a corner of our lives. Knitting, the sparkles, the script, the pink lace, the canary, the embroidery. You get it. Well, I hope you get it. So, have you got to do some stitching today? I'm hoping so. The lovely Judy tells me she stitches every single day, and that she often starts at 6 in the morning. How wonderful would that be? I want to do a shout out to Sarah in Melbourne, who was meeting up today with a fellow stitchy friend that she met at the Fleur Woods retreat. So how about this world of connection? And I was just delighted. She said it was what her soul would need, and I think our souls love, A, we love stitching and making, B, we love sharing that love with others, and that we're meant to chat. So I have really enjoyed answering some comments. I'm not all the way there yet, but that was a special part of my day to really appreciate the community that we have here. And yeah, for me, it's honouring the time that you put into watching, and just being so kind. So I haven't even told you what this stitch is because it's a pretty common Kate stitch. I'm just literally, like everything in life, going up and down, and I'm going through the holes of this beautiful vintage knitted braid. There's still lots and lots of it left. And as I've probably said this, but I just thought, you know, Kate, what better treasure are you saving this for? And I thought, there's no better treasure than my mum. And I hope that she'll feel this corner and feel this silky fineness. Look at that garter stitch. Then her and Dad's pillow, the lace, etc. I've told you, but it's about the feel as well as the look. Because the look is not neat or refined, but it's full of love and joy. And I'm deliberately not going all the way over. It's just the third of that top right hand corner. can see the detail of that beautiful piece of vintage knitting. Okay, where to next? I go down. Oh, did I just drop my needle? I've got this little bird that Mum machine made for me, and not that long ago. So I do have a gap here, and I'm thinking, if you've been following, the quilt shop with the blue and the butterfly is on the bottom right. So I thought about going, these are the things that, I was thinking about going top right. It's either there, or I was thinking of tucking in near the embroidery. That reminds me of China. So it's about perspective. It's very white, so we'll have to stitch. I think we'll tuck in here, and I might take this bit of the branch off. Because for me it's the joining of the blue to this blue and having that balance. Still got quite a lot of blanket showing, so I'm not there yet. Okay. So I'm using this blue wool. I'm going over the top of a flower there. If I can, well, we don't want to get dizzy, but maybe that is right, because I think like that. So I popped out to see Zoe today. She had a workshop on today and one tomorrow, and it's just always so wonderful to see that workshop studio in action and filled with people learning a new skill, gathering around a table and laughing and having fun. And we did have a chat. I've had a few inquiries about Zoe's beautiful things like the Green Door products that I share on here. And some people have been wondering if they can be bought online. So I can tell you, because I just had a little brainstorm with Zoe about that it will be early in 2025 that she does an online store. At the moment, she has stocks to support the workshops that she's having, and her products are also in the old cheese factory down the road, as well as Zoe's other products. But for now, if you're overseas, if you can just be patient, because once Zoe makes her products and they go online, I'm sure they will just be incredibly popular and unique. And I'll make sure to let you know when that happens. And in the meantime, I'll share, not to make you jealous, just to share the joy of the things that she's making and hand dyeing the wool, etc., etc. Now, I am thinking that this birdie could actually be tucked in this doily, but still have a frill. So many holes here, I don't know which ones really to go through, but I'm just looking. Can you see this other bird over here? Maybe you can't. As I'm stitching, I'm looking at this bird here, as well as this one. And then this blue cross stitch flower that's sort of coming together in terms of both subject and colour. I need to do a shout out to my lovely local friend Anne, whose husband plays golf with my husband. And when my gracious husband rang to check about what he could pick up on the way home for lunch and dinner, I heard Anne's husband say, "Stop doing those podcasts, Kate." Which made us all laugh. As a joke, it was just a gorgeous thing that the guys are learning about what we love to watch and enjoy. Okay, I've loved doing that little birdie. And I've still got some blue, so I'm sure there are bits. So this is chock-a-block, everyone, on the front. But every now and then I have a little bit of blanket or bits showing through. So let's just use this. Oh, I like little subtle bits of texture. So I've got blue blanket here, and let's just do some seed stitch. Never let a thread go, and let's go over onto this cream bit and blend in the blue. Oh, feels so good. have been thinking about my little bags that are embellished, and I'm going to call them treasure bags. And by the weekend, I'm hoping I can have some up on the website. And we're going to do colourful and vintage colours, so a choice of 2. They'll all be different and they will have lots of little bits and pieces in them. Postage is the problem, but I will try and work out a way to get them to you as cheaply as I can, and we'll just see how it goes. If you like them, please buy up and I'll make more. Okay, I've just lost my needle. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the other idea, as I said, I'm nearly finished, so I just wanted to take you through, because this is probably the last time I'll work on this before I do a big reveal of the whole thing, and I don't know, I'm going like this. What does that mean, Kate? Try and fit it in the camera view. There's this beautiful little treasure box that I brought home from San Diego, and you may remember that my mum gave me all sorts of family brooches and things, and I want to put some of these, I'm pulling them all out and they won't all go, and I've tried this a couple of times. I tried it in Roxy's Journal of Stitchery, and they on the nest, and they didn't stay. But I am thinking on this work, and I think Mum told me that some of these she bought for her own mother. That's a little bit of a collision, so I'll put those away. But to get the idea, I'm going to embellish 3D with different bits and pieces, including buttons that I've shared before with you. And just as a trial, where's the center? We've got Rachel's beautiful fabric there. There's a flower that I haven't embellished. So let's make this become the treasure. Can I close it? My eyes aren't that good. Ah. Why isn't that, Kate? Oh, you're probably doing it in the wrong spot. I can't do, oh yeah, maybe that's it. But do you get the idea? I can't even see whether you're seeing that, but I'm going to do some things like that, and buttons, and some baubles, maybe like the bill that she gave me. All right, the final thing I want to share is that down on the bottom here, I tried to do blanket stitch. And again, because I was trying to cover over this stitching, and that didn't work at all. So I am thinking of using a length of, again, this beautiful trim that I got from Chelsea. There's a lot of it, and I thought that this could be something, look at all those tags, that I could put a frill, because remember Mum said, when I asked her outright, she said she liked roses best of anything. This is, goodness, this is a rose pattern, and I told you at the time, I used to make many things when I was younger in this pattern. Mum will know it well. So I thought, because I've got some unfinished bits there, and not a lot of detail, because I deliberately left it whether I use this in some places along the bottom. I was just thinking then, you know how our minds go when we're being creative. I was thinking of Carol, who shared with me that she gets a notification when my videos come up, and that when she gets, I didn't know about notifications, like I don't know this world very well, and that when she sees that it's 42 minutes, like she cheers. Or that's a good length to stitch with. I think that's more it, not more of me, but just more of time to stitch. So I was just thinking, how long has this been? But gee, I do like this idea of binding the bottom with an heirloom roses lace and this pattern. But I don't want to cover up too much of, oh no, that's better. That's fine. So remember, this is an embroidery under the sparkle. I think that sparkle's from Christine of Create and Craft with Christine. So what a beautiful thing. Okay, so I'll just pin that because it's not all that wonderful stitching to know that I'll put that along the bottom. It feels beautiful. And then, is there anything else that we need to share at this point? There's going to be a lot of trimming, a bit like my diaries, my journals, and some may say that'll come undone. It may, but we will see. Okay, there's a bird there. Bird there. I've done some, I'm thinking we need a bit of embroidery, and let's use Juju's mustard, because remember it was inspired by Rachel making a quilt for Lulu after seeing the quilt that Juju made for Lulu. Have I got that right? Is this mustard? That's more mustard. It's okay. I've actually spied a different area to work on. And this, of course, could go on and on and on and on, but we are nearly at Thanksgiving. Let's separate the ends. So excited to stitch this, and this, look, the feeling, this is linen and blanket in its best form. 6 strands. Let's do one over here. We'll leave the red flowers of the linen showing, and then we'll just add interest. Oops. Oops, not too big a stitch. Look at that beautiful rose embroidery there beside my naive little yellowy mustard lazy daisies. And they're filling in nicely. In fact, I like this cotton. It's just made the full petal. Oops. Yep. I would like to make a third one, but I don't think that cotton is going to last. What else have we got nearby? I don't think, I think I would spoil that bird, but I might. Oh my gosh. I was about to say I'll do some green leaves. I'll do them, but I won't share them because, well, I should. Actually, let's do, I don't know, so it's such a precious piece. I'm going to leave it at that and say, for a video Kate wasn't going to do, I hope you've got some joy and ideas and just time to stitch. So these are final stages of the Betty quilt. It's beautiful, antique, vintage, doesn't matter to me, it's just pure joy up there. We've put a bluebird of happiness in place near her memories of going to China. I have to work on this a lot. Maybe that's my next bit. Bluebird and a bit of bling. Bluebirds and bling. Could we, and knitting and crochet and joy. Life is so rich. And I thank you for your company. This is Kate in the Nest. Until next time, bye.